All right, now let's bring in the listener. Let's go to Peter in Chamonix. Hey, Peter, how you doing?
How are you, Matthew?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Can I say that I appreciate the effort that you're putting forth with the Expos? I'm a longtime fan of theirs. I'm in my late 40s, and I've seen it all and heard it all, even growing up near Jerry Park. And if it ever does go through, you can be considered as one of the architects behind the grassroots.
Hey, man, so I just want to watch the games. That's all I want.
I know. You're a humble guy, but I'm just saying it is what it is. So we thank you.
I appreciate that, Peter. Thank you. And all right, let's talk some football. All right?
Sure.
Week 2. Now, you're a football fan?
Big time.
Yeah, who's your team? Unfortunately,
the dynasty is dead. My Steelers.
All right, you know what? Screw you. You've had a good run, all right?
You're right.
I'm a Bronco fan, and
win, I'm good.
I'm a Bronco fan, and I suffered a lot of misery last year in the playoffs. So
yeah, that Tim Tebow victory was not
not too shabby.
The 13-3 season must have been rough, huh?
Real tough loss to Seattle in preseason, huh?
All right. So here we go, Peter. So we're gonna go around the horn. I will go to you for each game. Now you got a lot of pressure on you because last week, Mr. Michela, what did the lister do?
Louis from Ville Mercier.
The Louis from Ville Mercier.
That Louis from Ville Mercier. 4-0.
4-0 for the picks last week, Peter. A lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, and not a fan of his.
All right, so you can't lose to him. All right, so your name's already in the draw. You'll have an ace lunch if you do win it. So let's get to it here now. Stefano, recap what happened last week.
All right, well, of course, we had Louis in first place with 4-0, the only guy to go 4-0. We had a couple of 2-2s, Mo and Jimmy, both 2-2 last week, as well as Mitch Gallo. Myself, you, Matthew, and Mr. Khan were 1-3.
Ooh.
And something's never changed. Sean Coleman, 0-4.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Oh, that's amazing. Now, Peter, we're laughing because I believe it was last.
I know he's terrible. I was going to ask you if I could have his picks in advance, so I can just, it'd be very easy for me.
Oh, that's great. I think one year he went literally 33%, which is just, a coin flip is 50%. But anyway, all right, let's get going here. Stefano, game 1.
All right, game 1. We have the Dallas Cowboys underdogs this week, 2.5-point underdogs at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, I like that game. Now, obviously, for consideration here, Des Bryant and his injury, they say he'll go in week 2. The Cowboys won because the Giants were very, very sloppy here. I think they come back down to earth here. I really am a believer in Andy Reid's team here. I think this is a 9 or 10 win team. They're at home. They have a good running game. They had some Pro Bowlers on defense last year. Give me the Chiefs to cover.
I think Dallas wins outright, just like they did against the Giants. They covered against New York. They'll cover against Kansas City.
My Super Bowl pick of the Cowboys looking not too shabby right now. 4 years ago, Miles Austin had a breakout game against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Cowboys will win outright, and they may wear their retros against the Chiefs on Sunday.
You pulled out a stat from 4 years ago. You are now officially the Secretary of Stat again.
That's how I do.
Stefano, in your pick?
I'm riding the horse of the Chiefs. I said they would make the playoffs this year as a wild card, and I think this is one of those games where they make that statement. Chiefs.
Right. Peter, what do you think?
You said 2.5 points?
Yes.
It pains me to say this because I hate the Cowboys, but the Cowboys will win this game.
Okay, and the rest of the panel, Stefano?
We have all Dallas, Mitch Gallo, Sean Coleman, and Mr. Khan, all on the Cowboys.
Now, Mo, why did Mr. Khan pick Dallas?
I believe he picked Dallas because he didn't watch the show Dallas, but my mom did. And so he remembers these weird things. Like when I used to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you watching the Uncle Phil show?
Oh, this is good. All right, this is going to be a great gag all year. I love it. All right, game 2, Stefano.
Game 2, we have the New Orleans Saints, 3.5-point underdogs on the road at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, trying to recover from a tough loss to the Jets.
Now, the Saints are underdogs at Tampa Bay.
Saints are favorites at Tampa Bay.
Oh, favorites.
3.5-point favorites.
I know that Doug Martin didn't go off against the Jets. Jets had a good run D against him. He's a great running back for Tampa Bay, of course, and they really underachieved. I like the talent on this team. The Saints' defense really surprised me against Atlanta, especially that last goal line stand. I'm a little scared that Saints could actually have a D this year. Give me the Saints.
I think the Saints win the game, but they don't cover.
So this is a spread pool now, Jimmy. You got to clarify here. You're taking Tampa then. Tampa.
No, I agree. I take Tampa because it's a 3.5-point spread.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
It's always
Matthew.
complicated with Jimmy. Yes.
Give me the Saints. Saints have had their way against Tampa in Tampa, especially the last couple of years. And let's not forget, though, Sean Payton back as the head coach. He'll definitely exploit that Tampa defense and go away from Darrelle Revis and win that football game.
Okay, Peter.
I'll take the 3.5 with Tampa.
Okay, Tampa Bay for Peter and Stefano.
I just can't trust a team who couldn't beat the Jets and Geno Smith in week 1. Give me the Saints.
All right, and the panel.
The panel, we have Mr. Khan taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, while Mitch Gallo and Sean Coleman both took the Saints.
Okay, Mo, why did your dad take Tampa?
I don't know the reason why. I believe because my aunt, my dad's sister-in-law, has cousins in Tampa. I think that may be the reason why.
Okay, all right, Game 3.
Game 3, we have the Denver Broncos covered pretty comfortably last week. 5.5-point favorites in Manning Bowl 3 at the New York Giants.
Wow, 5.5 at New York. You know, here's the thing. I like Tom Coughlin coming off a loss. I like Tom Coughlin ruffling some feathers, yelling at the troops, getting them rallied. But here's the problem. I don't like the running game. And unless, I know they auditioned some guys this week. Have they signed any of them yet, Mo?
Not yet.
Okay, so
They have re-signed Brandon Jacobs.
They have re-signed.
They have signed Jacobs.
Well, that's the question I just asked.
Well, not yet that I knew of.
Okay,
but there you
all
go.
right. So, be that as it may, he's got to get up to speed with things. I'm going to take Denver here. I don't like the running game. If you don't have a balanced attack, you're not going to win in the NFL regularly. Give me Denver.
5.5 is too much. I think Denver wins, but they don't cover. I take the Giants.
1998, December of 98, the Broncos were undefeated. What happened? They went to the Meadowlands.
Monty Toomer touchdown late in the game.
Kent Graham was the quarterback.
Key stat, though, Eli is 0-2 against big brother Peyton. But I think this now turns around where I think Eli comes back strong. Giants.
I say older brother wins again. Denver.
All right, Peter.
I think the Giants will get enough pass protection on Eli that there'll be a shootout, and the 5.5 is too much. So I'll take the Giants plus 5.5.
You're liking the dogs today, I see, Peter.
Well, home dogs are always, alluring. I can't say no. So that's a big number. More than a field goal for a dog at home.
All right, fair enough. Stefano, the panel.
Sean Coleman going with his Broncos, while Mitch Gallo and Mr. Khan go with the Giants.
My dad knows about the New York Giants.
Okay.
So let's wait to the Giants.
Okay, so he's heard of the New York Giants football team.
Yes.
And
yes,
that's why he's picking them.
Yes, but he's never heard of Yuppie before.
What does that have to do with the Giants?
I'm just saying it's quite the awkward
okay.
scenario where he knows about the Giants but not Yuppie.
All right. Stefano, Game 4.
Game 4, the Sunday Nighter, one that everybody's looking forward to. 2 Super Bowl favorites.
Right here on TSN 6. Or we have the preseason game.
So we will follow it with time permitting.
Pick up the rest of
time
the
yes.
of the football game. Jimmy's looking at the schedule right now. Jimbo, what do you see?
We should be getting it in the third quarter.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
All right. The San Francisco 49ers, 2.5-point underdogs at the Seattle Seahawks. Remember that blowout win by Seattle late last season.
Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle here. I never go against the Seahawks at home. They had a terrible conversion, yards to conversion, stats last week against Carolina. They racked up a lot of yards, but they couldn't get the points to go along with it. Russell Wilson over 300 yards. I like Seattle here at home. Quest Field, the 12th man. Excuse me, no CFL there. The 12th man. Give me Seattle.
Seattle's favored by 2.5?
Correct.
Give me Seattle.
No, the stat line is actually CenturyLink Field, not Quest Field anymore.
All right.
Give me the Seahawks. Remember, though, the Niners on the road are a good football team, but in Seattle, they've always played them close. But Seattle right now, they went undefeated last year. Very tough to play in Seattle.
I just can't pick against the Seahawks at home.
All right. Peter.
Seahawks across the board.
Okay. Any in the panel?
All on the Seahawks except for Mitch Gallo.
Really? All right. And why did Mr. Khan take Seattle, Mo?
I believe because the engineering capital of the U.S. is in Seattle, and he is a engineer, now retired engineer, so I think he's paying homage to his West Coast veterans.
All right. See, this is fascinating stuff. I really enjoy it. All right, well, Peter, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Who are your Steelers playing this week?
Bengals.
God.
On TSN
Monday Night
690.
Football.
On TSN 690, Monday.
Oh, Monday night. All right, well, enjoy your Sunday, Peter. Stress-free Sunday, and then you'll have to worry about it on Monday.
All right, guys, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right, thanks for participating. There you go. That was Peter and Chamonix. It's Game Points here on TSN 690.